Hello everyone and welcome to Sporty Stream. It's nice to see you all here tonight. The Rocket League Splash Series Season 5 playoffs continue. And joining me tonight is the owner of Team Evo, Sethpom. Welcome to the stream. We've got some Cyclone Cup action and a Cyclone Cup finalist to decide here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I had the pleasure of casting Rick Rollers just last week against Lotus 8 Nirvana. They took the win in a sweeping fashion. It was a really interesting game to watch. I mean, they were the underdogs coming into it, but they're looking really good in these playoffs so far. But now they've got their biggest test of the entire season here in the semifinals. How are you feeling going into this one, Sporty?
Yeah, I mean, initially when you look at this matchup, you go, oh, wait a second, it's the highest seeded team versus the lowest seeded team. Not even joking, in that regular season. And this, you'd think, would be easy for the Pirates on a Bot team, which is the ex-Lotus 8 main team joining here. On the Rick Rollers. Rick Rollers are a team that's been in here in a couple different seasons, have been here in the Tsunami Cup, in fact, and I don't believe they ever won the Tsunami Cup. So for them, they're still looking for their first championship as a team that's been in the season for a long time. All these players are pretty strong and are pretty solid in the fact that they have all been in this season, in this league for a very long time. They're all veterans in this league, but as you said again, it's been quite a season so far for all these players here in this Tsunami Cup. Again, in this Cyclone Cup, even again last season, the Rick Rollers lost to Team Evo, who made second place. They lost in the quarterfinals. I think they were here even in season 3. In season 3 as well, and again it's been, yeah, they were here in season 3. They were one of the better teams there. I don't, Tommy, you have, I think, the access to the playoffs. As again, we'll see how it is. As Spotty, are you here? I am here. Hello. As Lower Seeds got the upset win. Of course they do. Of course Lower Seeds get the upset win. And we'll get this match started. By the way, everybody, I think I should mention, my stream doesn't have its lights on. My light bulb literally just burned out on me like a minute ago. So we don't have any. I don't have any light here. You're just gonna be seeing my face here. Oh, you hear tsunamis? Lorsi got the upset win. Wait, really? No way. I just noticed what that meant. That means actually that means Affinity Reborn lost. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
They did. They lost to. Sorry. Yeah, they lost to. Ooh, Affinity Aurora. What team is that? Of course. Let's see. What is that team? That's Hallow's team. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Well, good on them. Again, Vico's been here. Tommy, can you tell me what happened in Season 3? It was Pink Lemonade. Yeah, you're right. What happened to Rick Rose in Season 3? I know that in Season 4, they made it to the quarters. They lost there. Season 3, I believe they also made it to Season 5, and I don't think they've ever won. Rick Rollers. And now you gotta take on a top team here. And I've been talking a lot here, Seth, but it's mostly me and Tommy talking together. But that is, and again, for Rick Rollers as a team, they haven't made that many changes over the season. They have made none, actually, this season. And it really is just to show you, like, chemistry really does matter in a league like this.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I mean, I did have the privilege of talking to Rick Rollers at the end of their game just last week against Lotus 8 Nirvana. And they did let me know that now that they have made the playoffs, obviously they did not have the most favorable season. It didn't go the way that they wanted, but now that they're here in the playoffs, rather, they have their full main roster, which is, something that it's interesting because this team, which has been struggling really for the entire season, has finally found a way to sort of upset these I don't know, better teams, the teams that they're definitely not projected to beat. And like I said before, I mean, this is their biggest test of the entire season. This Pirates on a Bot team is probably the best team in this entire tournament. They went undefeated entirely during the regular season, and also so far in the playoffs as well. So they did face off earlier on in the season. Obviously, that one again did not go in favor of the Rick Rollers. But now that they do have their main full roster, it could be pretty interesting to see whether or not an upset does come out. But I mean, again, this Pirates on a Bot squad, one of the best or if not the best in the entire Cyclone Cup.
As you mentioned, as we are getting a message from Tommy, told me what happened in Season 3. The first season when we had the Tsunami Cup, which is where Rick Rollers originally played, lost in the semifinals to H Demon Hounds, who won the whole thing that season. So The Rickrollers, they've never been able to win here in the RLSS, even though they've been here since they were first allowed. And again, for how long they've been here, this again might be a very reminiscent situation where they make it far in a playoff bracket and they just can't do it. But this time for Rickrollers, they're not dominating as they have in the last seasons. They're actually the ones that struggled in the regular season. They only won once, and that was a forfeit win. So for them to make it this far is actually quite impressive, because they've had no shortage of tough matchups in that playoff bracket, beating Nola Fight and Lotus 8 Nirvana. Now they play Pirates on a bot, and I see a little follow raid coming in from Fox. Thank you for that raid, Fox. Welcome to the sportiest stream, as we'll have Pirates on a bot taking on Rickrollers, the ex-Lotus 8 main team, taking on the team that's been here for the longest out of any team in the Cyclone Cup. So this match really does have so much on it for Rickrollers, though. But as you said, that main squad showing you how much chemistry matters in this league. And for Pirates on a bot, even though they've stuck together for the most part of this season, have made some changes. Again, the most major was the fact that he left Lotus 8. But another one is the fact that this roster, Nitya and Lev, added in Thule and Pigeon, I believe, during the season. So for them, they've undergone some changes, and now they're looking to see if maybe that will help them out here. I mean, in theory, they are still the better team in this matchup. Pirates on a bot by quite a long shot. They're considered the best team in this league, but with these changes we're seeing, at least for me, when I first saw this matchup, I thought it was going to be one-sided. But after seeing how the Rickrollers have played this playoff bracket, anything is possible. We might see what is the most incredible Cinderella story in RLSS history.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, coming in as a 16 seed, it's not a very good position to be in. I mean, you are literally given the worst matchups from start to finish in the playoffs, and I think Rickrollers have so far to this point proven themselves and what they're capable of doing. It really just does come down to whether or not they're going to be able to take down this basically monster of a team that has been completely dominating season 5 so far. So, I mean, it does really sort of just depend on how all things go tonight. But like I said, I would not be surprised to go ahead and see an upset tonight. I mean, if you're Pirates on a bot, you certainly cannot be too comfortable with the position that you're in right now. I mean, this is not a team that you need to underestimate.
I mean, they can't underestimate any team, and what only adds even more pressure to this is the fact that both these teams have tactical timeouts. So, Pirates on a bot, even if they do get off to a good start, it may not hold forever. Those timeouts can be used by either team once their series. It adds an extra minute, meaning they have 2 minutes in between games to talk things out. And, that's a huge thing. We've seen teams use those timeouts and completely turn series around, and Rickrollers could be one of those teams that does it. The fact that they have such good team chemistry allows them to be more successful at that kind of stuff. But also, it might be hanging on the heads of Pirates on the bot is the fact that they're expected to win this whole thing, and it's a $350 prize pool. It's a big prize pool this season, and it's only going to get bigger actually as seasons go on. With it being the first season for the Cyclone Cup, with this being the biggest prize pool RLSS has seen yet, things are going to be quite tough for Pirates on the bot, at least in terms of the prize pools, because a lot of these guys are used to playing for prize pools that are, getting to this amount, but against some of these teams that they don't really recognize, and especially as a team that has undergone some roster issues, that undergone some organizational issues, they're going to have a lot to prove here. And I think for them, and also in a playoff bracket where they have had such a nice first round because they had a bye in the first round, they didn't even play a 16th seed, and they beat NoFF, who forfeited to them, who almost forfeited to them as well. Pirates on the bot, this is their first, I think, major test of the playoff bracket, and even then, they're expected to win this easily over a team that's such low seeded, even though that team has proven to us they don't deserve that seed at all.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. And what I think is really important, as you mentioned, is sort of the experience, right? We know that this Rickrollers team has a lot of experience coming into this. We know that they are a team that has played together in the past. They know how to play as a unit. And if you had the pleasure of catching my stream just last week, then you sort of saw exactly what that looks like from the Rickrollers. But again, I mean, it really does depend on whether or not, because I know at this level, teams are putting together really, consistent scrim schedules and things along those lines, where they're always putting in the work. They're always trying to reach that next level. I mean, these guys are essentially bubble players. I mean, these are the next up and coming players that could, one day possibly be playing in the RLCS, which it's really cool to see, because I don't really often get get the pleasure of being able to even cast something of this level. But it's certainly, at the end of the day, it's just it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to witness sort of exactly what is happening on the pitch in terms of just the sheer skill of these players.
Well, to put that
And
into
Pirates on a
perspective,
Bot.
the Pirates on a Bot are a bubble team. They've made top 64 in RLCS quals consistently. At least Nightshot and Lev have. And they're also two of the best 1v1 players in North America. They've made they've made it up to like near to the top of like 20 in the 1v1 circuits and like 1v1 tournaments. I mean, what was that most recent 1v1 tournament we had with Johnny Boy? They had recently. I think it was Johnny Boy, right? Who had his like 1v1 circuits? Both of them played in that. They both made it quite far in the open qualifiers for that. So you cannot underestimate not just the skill of this team, but the individual skill of these players. Because again, Johnny Boy has ran a ton of events. What's his most recent 1v1 tournament? It's Salt Mine.
Is it Salt Mine? Yeah.
Salt Mine, yeah. And like Salt Mine North America, basically. And we had, I mean, we had these guys. They never made it, though. I should mention they've never made it, but like they've been in the open qualifiers. Lev and Nightshot have both been there. In fact, right now I'm looking to see it. Yeah, Nightshot was in the first open qualifier, and well, he lost to, and he made it through stage 1. Like that's the crazy thing. He made it through stage 1. Then he went to stage 2 with like a ton of like basically pro players like First Clear, Daniel, CR, Wavy, Beast Mode, and in there, he himself like made it through stage 1 into like into that second stage. I should not say stage 2. Say close qualifier. There's this extra stage 2, and he made it there, and he. Well, and he had it at the same time. He lost to like players like Zapatos, who then became his teammate for a short time, and like again, these guys are solid, and that's just Nightshot. Again, I haven't even mentioned like, players like Lev. Lev has also been in these tournaments. He was in the second open qualifier where Nightshot again made it. Lev himself didn't, and so but like he did make it. He actually beat players like Knight to make it in, like the close qualifiers. So you can't underestimate these guys' 1v1 ability. These guys have made it to the top level of 1v1 skills. So you can't underestimate Pirates on the Bot. Although what we can underestimate is how quick they are, because they still haven't joined yet. And I don't know what these guys are doing. I know I mentioned they had like scrims going on, so they are a little bit late. But I do find it funny they have just joined. These guys taking their time to join, but admittedly, again, they had scrims, they had stuff they had to do. So you can't fully blame them for it. But I do find it pretty funny. But they are here. We've just been talking to you guys, but instead of talking to you guys, we should actually get this match going, Sethpom. Is there any last things you want to say before we start this series that I think people should be focused on?
Man, I really think, at least from a Rick Roller's perspective, obviously I mentioned I had the pleasure of casting them in the past. You really got to watch out for Vigil, man. He's going to be a big playmaker on the side of Rick Rollers. And obviously, I mean, you mentioned how tough this this Pirates on a Bot team is going to be. I mean, they're a team full of playmakers. There's nobody on that team who isn't going to find a way to break through on offense, on defense, whatever it is. But, I mean, like I said, they may be coming into this underestimating the 16 seed. And if Pirates on a Bot can come out and take an early lead, perhaps, sort of get in the heads of Pirates in Pirates in a Bot, then I think they could be in a very good position for the rest of this series. But man, it will certainly be an interesting one. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. You mentioned, what was it, Vigil? I
Yes.
asked as well beforehand. It apparently goes by both. Yeah, you mentioned that this Rick Rollers team is such a team-oriented style. They have to win as a team. They just, skill-wise, individually, they are not better than most teams and most players in this tournament. But what makes them so good is, as a team, they are better. And they have shown that they're consistent, and they do it week in and week out. While the regular season may not have been good as well, it's been amazing for them so far, but now they gotta take on the #1 overall seed. Pirates on a Bot have squashed all competition so far. Are the Rick Rollers next, or do the Cinderella story continue for the team that has been here since Season 3, since the start of the Tsunami Cup? Pirates on a Bot, the ex-Lotus 8 side on the blue, Rick Rollers on the orange, a best-of-7 series. And this is the semifinals. The grand finals awaits here for either of these sides.
And I'm certainly going to be curious as to who does find a way through to that finals matchup next week. I mean, as I said, that is going to be the best of the best in the entire RLSS, as already Rick Rollers have come out of the gate with a bit of pressure, finally clearing all the way back down the other way. Naya gonna be blocking up in the midfield, left with a lot of time, taking it to the corner. But DJ taking some control into the sidewall. Vigil with a big clear. And again, already a quick start here for the Rick Rollers, but it could be an open net. Naya will just take it all the way. And nobody home for Rick Rollers. I'm not quite sure what was going on. Perhaps a triple commit on offense. And it will be Pirates on a Bot who score first.
Yeah, I think what makes that play work so well is the fact that I think it was Lev who who got bumped into the ceiling and still recovered to make that mid-air save. We saw it on my POV here. On the stream POV, what this guy can do is a great shot on! Evich will answer! And the Rick Rollers, after that early colossal on offense, have been able to make a perfect play back the other way.
And that's exactly the sort of team play that we were looking to see. You know, the way that they were able to take control and just play it over that final defender, and then to open up some space with the demo as well. Perfect play there from Rick Rollers, and I'm sure we're going to see more of that tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure we will as well, and that's the thing about the Rick Rollers. These guys have such good team chemistry. Any goal they'll get, expect to see multiple players having been involved in it. That's just the way that these guys are playing, and against Pirates on a Bot, a team that has such solid mechanical ability, as I've mentioned already, with the 1v1 skill of these players. You're going to see Rick Rollers really lean on that team-oriented style, because that's the only way I see them winning this matchup here against Pirates on a Bot.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. In terms of 1v1 ability, as you mentioned, you know, these are some of the best players in the entire country, maybe perhaps even the world, at 1v1 ability. But if you put them in a team environment, it doesn't always end up working out for him, as Vigil will have to make a 50 on the goal line. Pressure still continuing. But Naya, again, taking possession of the sidewall. Evich will have an opportunity here to take a shot. Top left corner will be denied. Naya making the touch, keeping it away for now. But as I was saying, I mean, and as you were saying, Sporty, this Rick Rollers squad is certainly going to rely on that team play. 1v1 action doesn't always necessarily mean the best play, because as we see there, triple commits, double commits, they do happen. And it could be detrimental to a team, especially of such caliber as Pirates on a Bot.
Yeah, I think it also helps the Rick Rollers here is there a circumstance of being underestimated all season long. They came in as the lowest seed by far. They came as the lowest MMR. They haven't played with their main roster until the playoffs either. It's no surprise to see that so many teams have underestimated these guys in the playoff bracket, but you really can't do that here. We're seeing it right now. They're holding a lot more of the offense right now. Pirates on a Bots are relying a lot more on these heavy long touches, and they're just going straight to the Rick Rollers bumpers. And they're just controlling this ball away and away. Pass after pass, play after play. They're just keeping the ball closer to them. As Pirates on a Bot looking for another clear. Naicha, the dribble. Thule waiting ahead, but he won't have any assistance on that play. And Pirates on a Bot will go again. Naicha, near post. Thule to take it. And it will find the bottom left corner. Pirates on a Bot have taken the lead.
And in a very timely fashion as well. Naya dropping it down in the team play. Will be working for Pirates on a Bot as well. I can't say that I wasn't expecting that, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is a super high level team. It's not like, you know, they don't have team chemistry, and they are proving to us exactly what that team chemistry looks like at this level, finding each other there on the goal line. And it's tough for Rick Rollers to have to deal with this at a consistent pace. And Pirates on a Bot, again, coming out strong, and another opportunity for Naya will arise. Lev 15 with DJ Roomba, who will be making the save. Vigil to the sidewall, blocking up one, could be dangerous. Backboard, no shot follows, but Erich is there, and he will clean it up. So again, Rick Rollers finding the response here with 1:17 remaining.
I was going to mention the incredible passing we've seen from Naicha and Lev. These guys have been teammates for months, but I think that has just been usurped by Vigil's. I don't know what that was. He just predicted that he had a mysterious force around him. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and he's just predicted the incredible play there out of Pirates on a Bot. And now it's Rick Rollers who have again played the answer game. Have only been able to play keep up, but They've kept this play as close as it can be. Now can they take the lead? Pirates on a bot. Look again for offense though as Nightja, Vijal gets past Lev, one to beat in Thule, and he's not in the right position. Off the corner and front out by E-Rich. Rick Rollers are shooting again, but Pirates on a bot will clear, and DJ Arumba will wait in the back end as Rick Rollers will go up again. Thule stop dead in the midfield. A dribble down, bump on E-Rich, and Vijal will be waiting. Pirates on a bot will slow this play down a little bit more. And a dribble, the 50. Rick Rollers getting the mechanics thrown at them, and everything is getting itself way too dangerously close to this net. And yet still the defense of the Rick Rollers, as good as they have been, continue to show us that they want game one.
I think you're absolutely right, but so far it's really been a pattern of Pirates on a bot scoring first and then Rick Rollers finding a response. But as this clock ticks down, they no longer have time to find the response. They need to strike first here in overtime. As Vigil will drop this one in the midfield. Lev makes a 50, but it will hit the ground. And game one will be going to overtime. So representative of exactly the caliber of these two teams.
Yeah, what a performance it has been so far from the Rick Rollers. I mean, we're just seeing something great play, and really what they're doing better than Pirates on a bot is what I mentioned earlier. They're keeping the ball a whole lot closer to themselves here in this play than Pirates on a bot. Pirates on a bot are a mechanics-based team, like solo plays. Rick Rollers aren't going for any of that. It's passes, it's teamwork, and it's chemistry, and generally speaking, you see it in the playoff brackets, when the pressure gets high, that's what's going to show up. Are those teamwork abilities? Are the abilities for the teammates to find each other, as they will right here? It's Nightja and Lev, the killer duo.
Yeah, I think you said that perfectly. The killer duo. Nightja finding Lev in the midfield from the sky. And what a play as well to end game one. Pirates on a bot striking first in all three situations. And now, again, it's up to Rick Rollers to go ahead and find a response to the first loss there in the series. Obviously not the kind of way that Rick Rollers wanted to come out of the gates. But perhaps Pirates on a bot, leaving a little bit of room for error. And it certainly does look like these teams are evenly matched. I wouldn't say that game one was really one-sided, and Pirates on a bot, I mean, they did a great job of, sort of holding on to their leads when it came to it, and then to be able to go ahead and shut it down in overtime as well. It's a bit of a scramble, but at the end of the day, they did take the win, and I mean, as I normally say when I'm casting, it was only game one, and this is a long best-of-7 series. Game one is not normally very representative of how the rest of the series is going to go. So we'll definitely have to see whether or not, Rick Rollers are able to put it together, or if Pirates on a bot are going to continue to sort of pound it on.
I hope this game one is representative of the rest of the series. It was that close, it was that competitive, and with how the Rick Rollers are playing, they need that confidence after game one. They didn't win, but they took it to overtime against, again, might I remind you, the best team in this league. So for them to do that, they just need to do it more and get those earlier goals. Get these leads a little earlier on against Pirates on a bot, and they'll be in a good position. But off the kickoff already, not a good start as Thule. Left reset going to net. TJ Roomba will be there. As Pirates on a bot already doing the exact same to what they did last game. The solo efforts and Rick Rollers, they're not winning on mechanics. They're going to need to shut these plays down quickly because they're starting to become a much bigger issue.
Yeah, and we know that these Pirates on a bot guys have the mechanical ability. I mean, Lev is showing it right here. Gets the flip reset, trying to play it around one. Will find the demo, opening up the net. It's open. Lev makes the save for the other team, rather. And it will go all the way back down the other way. Perhaps a little bit of a troll there from Pirates on a bot. But, I mean, that could have been the first goal of the game. Lev dropping this one in the midfield. Again, off the crossbar. So dangerous. Nightja there to follow yet again. Thule letting this one fall for Love, who will put it top left, but E-Rich there to make the save, and still, the pressure has not broken through just yet. And we need to find a response here for Rick Rollers, who really haven't found much offense of their own. Another demo from Lev will open up the opportunity for Thule, who drops a mid. Open net for Nightja, and he will take it all the way home. Nightja in the midfield, waiting for Thule's pass, and what a play to play around one and then leave it there. Nightja getting it started 1-0 now.
And for the Rickrollers, the early boost has been an issue for them. I mean, on that goal, no player had more than 20 boosts left in the tank. The Rickrollers, and if boost becomes an issue for them, they're not gonna be able to stop this. Pirates on a bot mechanics as Nightshot flip resets. Oh, what a stop from Vigil! Yeah, they dribble as well at the end of that. Rickrollers stay on as now. Oh my goodness! Wait a second! What on earth is happening? Nightshot with probably the most embarrassing play of the entire Rocket League Splash Series playoffs so far.
Even the players are laughing about that, but it's quite funny. The way that Pirates on a bot are carrying themselves in this one. I mean, Lev going and taking sort of the save of his teammate's shot early on that could have given them the lead, and then now Naya going and own goaling essentially in order to tie up the game in favor of Rickrollers, and not exactly the sort of way that, you know, Pirates on a boat are wanting to represent themselves, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, it will leave the door open again. This Rickroller squad certainly has the opportunity now to go ahead and run away with something here if they go ahead and start to put it together. As Vigil will take this one to the sidewall, but quickly denied yet again.
And you know, guys, we finally did it. Finally, one of us said Pirates on a boat. It was you, Seth.
Oh, did I say it?
Yeah, you said Pirates on a boat. Wrong team there. My guy, Pirates on a boat are not in this tournament, but I knew at some point one of us were going to say that. And I'm so happy it was you and not me, because now everybody's going to make fun of you and not me for that. And so I'm very happy. Excited. Everybody make sure to go make fun of Sethpom. His Twitter / account is SethpomRL. Make sure you tell him that I sent you. Here is right now Pirates on a bots continue their offensive push, and I like what you've mentioned so far with how this Pirates on a bot team has felt kind of relaxed in the second game. Maybe game one is a little more difficult for them, but this game it feels a lot different. They just feel like they're having more fun with it, and I don't think that's a good sign for the Rickrollers. If Pirates on a bot are having fun, that means that they aren't finding this too difficult for themselves, and Rickrollers need to now find like some sort of smash goal to really punch through, because if they don't, Pirates on a bot are going to continue to feel this way, and when a team is feeling this confident, they aren't going to lose.
I think you're absolutely right, and I sort of feel bad in some way for Rickrollers, because it's a shot to your mental at the end of the day. The way that Pirates on a bot are carrying themselves here as Lev, dangerous play, leaving it for Naya, could be dangerous. Vigil does make the save. That was certainly a very good showing of mechanical ability from Lev there, who has been really showing off tonight so far, and it's tough for Rickrollers. Obviously, you know, to go against a team that is carrying themselves like it's an easy win or something, it's a shot to their mental, right? It's a tough situation to be in, but so far, I mean, Rickrollers, they've kept strong. They found a way to keep these games close. It's still a 1-1 game here, and they really haven't let it get out of their reach so far. Lev again trying to take some possession from the sidewall. Will be one. Gets a flick over a second, but Vigil there to shut it down quickly. Naya again putting the pressure on, and that's sort of been the story for Pirates in a bot so far. So much back and forth. But yeah.
It has been so much. You're right about that. The pressure just, and the thing is, again, they're oftentimes controlling the boost as well. So the Rickrollers, they're just struggling to stay involved as this game goes on. And again, but Pirates on a bot going for what was that from Liv? Like a flip reset musty flick? Nearly hit that as well. I think it was a stealing shot. Flip reset musty flick. So, I mean, we're just seeing some insane stuff from Pirates on a bot. They just haven't had the pressure against them. They haven't had the wake-up call that Rickrollers desperately need to get soon. And as this game ends to its vital seconds, Rickrollers may get one more shot, but it will not materialize. And for the second game in a row, Sethpom, we've gone to overtime. Last time it was Pirates on a bot who ended it swiftly with a passing play off the back wall. The Rickrollers, they now need to get a goal here. I really feel like this is a game they have to win if they want if they want the series to stay close, and if they really want to really shut down Pirates on a bot and make them fear them.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. If they do take this win, I think it will be a sort of restoration point for the mentality in terms of what it takes, and the way that Pirates on a bot, as I said, have been, you know, playing in this one, seeming so relaxed, so confident. It's going to be difficult to sort of push through that mental ability. Thule with a backflip could open up the net, but the bounce is so unfortunate. It doesn't work out. in favor of Erich, who would have had the shot there. Lev pre-jumping for that play. Unable to make the touch, though, and Vigil will go off the sidewall. Has an opportunity to put a shot on, but again, the defense from Pirates on a Bot, they seem so calm and collected. And a three-man passing play could be imminent. Thule unable to make contact with it. Would have been a crazy play from them to go ahead and end things here in game number 2, but again, Rick Rollers will be on offense. They have more opportunities, but it's really just been short, small opportunities for him before Pirates on a Bot have been able to send it all the way back down the other way. Again, feeling so relaxed, so confident, even into this overtime. But you cannot get too confident, as this one could be dangerous. A second own goal will come out. And somehow, Pirates on a Bot have own goaled themselves into a loss in this series. 2 own goals in this entire game 2 were the only goals from Rick Rollers.
Oh, and you know what's sad? What's even the worst part about it? It's the same player both times. It's Nightja, who's own goaled both times this game. And man, that's gotta be a real punch. The nice thing about this with the rest of the bot team is they're definitely making fun of him for it, and they're having fun about it. But yeah, even so, I said this is a game that Rick Rollers needed to win. I didn't think it was gonna come this way. Of any way I thought it was gonna come, it would not be this way. And so I actually don't know if this game is really going to help them all that much, because for Pirates on a Bot, they're still confident in themselves. It was just a bad game for them, just a couple of own goals in unfortunate situations, and well, Rick Rollers may have taken one. I was not fully convinced with the Rick Rollers that game. They just didn't look like a full team. They didn't have those passing plays, didn't have the offense they had earlier. And even though Nightja own goaled and gave them a win, that isn't going to happen often. Nightja's not going to own goal nearly that often.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And Rick Rollers certainly cannot rely on that in order to continue to actually stay in the series. I mean, I think they need to be able to put together those team plays as we were talking about. I think that's something that's really important, that is going to work extremely well for them. But it really does depend on whether or not that this Pirates on a Bot team are just going to continue to play like the way that they're playing, this sort of nonchalant manner, or whether or not, Rick Rollers are going to have to find a way to play like a team, to break through that defense. And it's really important that they do that at the end of the day. So I don't know. I mean, Sporty, how do you think, what do you think it's going to take for Rick Rollers to really go ahead and at least take a second game in this series?
Yeah, as you said, what is it going to take? I think it's going to take, a lot of effort, a lot of practice for them, and I think it's going to take a lot of passes, specifically, from Rick Rollers to take these games. From what we saw last game, they didn't have any of that on offense. I need to see them keep the ball close to themselves like they had earlier here against Pirates on a Bot. Because when they do that, they force Pirates on a Bot to challenge earlier, they force them to challenge more aggressively, and with the Rick Rollers chemistry, they follow each other up pretty quickly off these challenges, so long as they keep it close to themselves. And I want to see Rick Rollers do more of that, because right now, Pirates on a Bot are going for pre-jump passing plays. And, I mean, if that doesn't tell you how confident this team is, I don't know what will. Rick Rollers need to shut that down, and, again, the best way to do it, bring some good passing plays, just bring some good teamwork, and that is something that Pirates on a Bot may lose on.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is they again, this sort of nonchalant play style, this I don't really care sort of way that they carry themselves on the pitch could, oh my goodness, that one put wide, and that could have been an opportunity there for Rick Rollers to go ahead and take an early goal. But it's not super advantageous to him, as I was saying. It's, it may work out in the short run, but I think that the way that they sort of have just let game 2 slip away the way that it did, and then to go ahead and, sort of carry that poor momentum into this game 3, it may not go in the way that Pirates and a Bot are hoping it will. I mean, they're still continuing this pressure. Thule will be there in the midfield. DJ trying to make it clear, but denied by Naya in the midfield, who's been really sort of that difference maker, I think, so far. Obviously, a little bit for both teams if you go ahead and look at game number 2, but I think he'll be the one who's setting up a lot of these opportunities for Pirates on a Bot, who didn't find one there.
Midfield here, controlled by the Rick Rollers as they continue to push, but Nightja with the early challenge and Pirates on a Bot are right back to their usual business here on the orange half of the field. Tactical timeout still potentially at use from either of these sides, but no one's used it yet, and it's Nightja, the playmaker, to get it first, and you call it, Sethpom. This guy, he is the one to make the difference here. He scored both the own goals last game, but finally he's found the correct net.
Yeah, that was perfect placement as well. I mean, to go ahead and thread that ball right through the final couple defenders. Obviously, it's nerve-wracking having a Rick Roller player throwing himself at the ball in front of you. And again, staying calm and collected, able to force that through and give Pirates on a Bot an early lead here in game number 3. And again, it will be up to Rick Rollers to find that response, which they've been doing a good job of so far tonight. But they certainly have to rely on their own ability as a double demo from Vigil. From, who was that? Was it Erich who opened up the net for Vigil? My goodness. Disgusting demo play. And that will be the response for Rick Rollers.
Truly gone. Nightja, where is he? It's an open net for the Rick Rollers, and it's tied at 1. And as I said, these guys will respond. The Rick Rollers, it seems almost, you know, expected that they should respond to every goal given to them. But the problem is they haven't taken the lead, and that's where things become an issue as we have some disconnects here, I think. You there, Seth?
Yes, I do have packet loss, high latency, and latency variation.
We have
So
some
I'm not
disconnects
exactly
here.
sure what's going on.
My game, yeah,
but
everybody's saying the server died, so we're going to reset game 3 here. Nice thing is
Alright.
the scoreline is reset as well, so... Yeah, here, I'm going to make sure we... As again, yeah, okay, the server did die on us, so... The server died on you as well, right?
It's okay for me, but Vigil and Lev are both still in the lobby at the moment. Just
I'm going to tell them to
currently
reset game 3
turn around.
here. So
Yeah,
again,
I'll let them know.
we're going to tell them reset game 3 here. So again, I'm fortunate there, but we are going to reset that game. Fortunately enough, I don't think my overlay counted it. So again, that's just a weird situation to be in. The Rocket League server is deciding that now they didn't want to play with us. So we've had a couple issues already with those servers, and I promise you, we don't want to have this happen. But
Yeah.
we got to do this all over again. So let's try this again here.
Sort of unfortunate
Oh yeah, it is.
that this does have to happen. Obviously, I mean that was a close game. It was a 1-1 scoreline at the time of the disconnect, but I mean these teams seem to be evenly matched at that point. I mean, again, Rick Rollers have been sort of responding to everything that Pirates on a Bot have been throwing at them. Even when they find goals, Rick Rollers right back on offense, finding some pressure of their own. I think they've been doing a very good job of doing that, but they haven't been able to strike first. They haven't been able to, you know, sort of take the
Initiative?
Yes, exactly. I think that was the perfect word that I was looking for. In scoring, and that's sort of been the downfall of them so far tonight. Obviously, it was sort of Pirates on a Bot who gave them the earlier win in game number 2. Perhaps not on purpose, but that was just the way that it ended. So.
Yeah, and things are already not started off well for Rick Rollers, and the problem with the fact that we've had such a prolonged break between Game 2 and Game 3 means that all the momentum they had in Game 2 is completely gone now. And so now it's completely even, and I don't think I would consider them a better team in an even matchup because, as we're seeing, they're double committing a lot more often right now because of that lack of momentum, of that lack of confidence, and you're seeing Pirates on a Bot take full control as Nightja and Lev, and oh my goodness, a triple commit from Pirates on a Bot, but they've been able to recover, and Rick Rollers really just need to find some outplays here because Pirates on a Bot will get their chances, and it only takes one play to do it. A whiff off the back wall, and it's Nightja who is sitting right in front of the open cage.
And so unfortunate, again, for Rick Rollers to have to, you know, sort of overcome the adversity against a team with the caliber of Pirates in a Bot, who have really just been consistent pressure on offense the majority of the time. This one will fall in front of the net, a little bit dangerous. Roomba trying to control, but Lev quickly shutting that opportunity down. Vigil will make a low 50. keeping it close, and that's exactly what, as you were saying earlier, Pirates on a Bot, or Rick Rollers rather, need to do in order to try and break through. Rigel looking for a little bit of a psycho, but doesn't find the touch quite toward the other side of the field. And we will need to see a response from Rick Rollers here soon. How are you feeling?
Well, right now I'm not looking. I'm looking at that midfield. I'm just seeing Pirates on a Boat win every challenge, one after the other. Pirates, sorry, not Rick Rollers. Pirates on a Bot winning every challenge, one after the other. Rick Rollers just being second best to every play. And unless they find something, this is going to be a long game for them when it just comes to getting shots on the net, not even goals in that net. Because every time Pirates on a Bot get the ball, it's their mechanics, it's their solo play abilities, the ability for them to, just play and utilize what they know they can do and beat Rick Rollers with that, is allowing them this kind of respect that the Rick Rollers have to give them here. And for the Rick Rollers, it means that with that respect, with the space that they give, Pirates on a Bot aren't going to give them anything back. And we need to see Rick Rollers find some opportunities, but Pirates on a Bot not doing so. As now Thule to the corner, we'll see Evrich send this one away. As the Rick Rollers looking for more space, but Nightjaw right there in the midfield with Lev following up. Rick Rollers got boost, but it's Lev with a mechanic. The flip reset! Lev is going off! And Pirates on a Bot have just extended their lead to 2!
And what a disgusting play from Lev. The double reset from the ceiling into the top right corner. What a way to extend the lead. Lev showing off his mechanical ability, and that will be, I believe, the largest lead of the night here for Pirates in a Bot. And I'm sorry, Thrifty, but I do also have to call you out for saying Pirates in a Boat, so we're even now. You said it too, buddy.
Did I say it as well? Oh, no wonder I did. And here comes Pirates on a Bot again. It's Nightjaw. It's 3, and it's continued excellence from Pirates on a Bot, as now that door has been blown wide open and the Rick Rollers have completely fallen apart.
Yeah, a 3-0 lead. Really tough, especially against a team that has been holding the Rick Rollers to such little offensive pressure, let alone goals in this series so far. And obviously, they did sort of find one in the Game 3 that was version 1 of Game 3 that went null. And here in version 2 of Game 3, they have yet to find a goal of their own at all, as Pirates on a Bot are continuing to put the pressure on.
143 taking away Rick Rollers. At this point, I don't know if a comeback's possible, but at least something would be possible for them. At least something to say that they're still in this one. Because the problem with this game is Pirates on a Bot have not let them have anything. They have just gotten better and better every single game, and unless Rick Rollers can get the goal here, which they won't with Lev's save, and you're really just, again, the issue for Rick Rollers is they just don't have offense. They aren't getting any space on offense. They aren't finding that play up on offense. And, against Pirates on a Bot, I need to see them not give them this kind of space, because if they want the offense, they've got to be able to fight for it themselves. Pirates on a Bot won't give it to them unless Rick Rollers ask for it. And right now, we just haven't seen the Rick Rollers do that.
No, I think what the biggest issue for him is they've just been struggling to keep the ball on the blue half of the field. I mean, it seems like every time we look, it's on the orange half. And Lev is proving why that is so important to Pirates on a Bot, as he will somehow jump from the corner to make that double tap. And my goodness, I mean, Pirates on a Bot just continuing to secure the win here in game number 3, and are trying to do everything they can to shut down any sort of chances of hope that Rick Rollers may have.
Oh, already up his tool, and he can hit this double tap. Here he goes, right to Nightjaw, though. No double tap needed when you've got Nightjaw waiting in the midfield, and Pirates on a Bot have made it 5, and for the Rick Rollers, all semblance of defense has completely been thrown out the window here. They're going to need a huge reset, and at the end of this game, I have a feeling we might be seeing them use that tactical timeout.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was really like, the minute you started saying that, I was like, we may see his timeout here, because a 5-0 game, not the kind of position that I know Rick Rollers want to be in. And I know that it's a tough decision to make at the end of the day, because, it's still a 1-1 series. This is only game 3. Maybe you know, you decide to try and gain some momentum, and if that doesn't work out, then you call the timeout. You want to save that timeout for the right time, but at the end of the day, being shut out in a game 3 that was sort of awkward to begin because of the connection issues that we had and things along those lines, it could be good. I do think that we may see a timeout here, but none called yet, so it really does depend. I mean, Pirates on a Bot really just put it on there in that game, and you can see so in the scoreboard. I mean, 7 shots to 1 from Rick Rollers. They have essentially no offensive pressure in their favor, and Pirates on a Bot are making sure that that ball is staying in the midfield, if not on the orange half.
And no tactical timeout called here, and admittedly, if there's any team to not use it, it is Rick Rollers with the team chemistry they have. They may only need this 1 minute in between games, but yeah, for now, though, Pirates on a Bot continuing to do what they did so well, and it's been a long series, it feels, and that's because it has been. We've gone 40 minutes already in this series. Still have so many more games to go, so as you mentioned, it's you know, with the momentum against them, I'm surprised they aren't calling it, but to be fair, one thing they do have that Pirates on a Bot may not have as well is that chemistry, and that helps in situations like this where you need to make a comeback, and well, now's the time to do it for the Rick Rollers. They were gifted game 2, but as I said, I need to see more coming out from them to see if they truly deserve the series. And right now, we just haven't seen it. They haven't had the offense to prove it. And, you know, this game, I want to see them more aggressive challenger. I want to see more demos from Rick Rollers specifically. If they can't stop the solo plays, demo them before they get it. And maybe that's what the Rick Rollers need to unlock the keys to success.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of that there in Game 3 version 1, where the goal that Rick Rollers had found was from the double demo that Erich had set up Vigil in the midfield with. And that was something that really seemed to work out for him. And, I mean, if you can't beat these guys, you got to kill them. You got to take them off the field. That's sort of the mentality that I don't think that only pros will see as, my goodness, the pressure from Pirates on a Bot just continuing. Thule taking it over to Lev there, dropping it for Naya in the midfield, and this one just good placement, getting around Vigil. Again, Pirates on a Bot, getting things started here in game number 4, and maybe that timeout would have liked to have been used if you are Rick Rollers.
Well, they didn't use it in between game 3 and game 4. They still have it, though, but you're not wrong about how important this game is for Rick Rollers. You can't give Pirates on a Bot match point this early.
Mm-hmm.
And with how Pirates on a Bot are playing, it feels like match point will come to them this early. Rick Rollers need to change everything that they've known so far this series, and it really needs to be them who have that offense, who have the midfield. They haven't won the challenges, they haven't won much down the field, and as Pirates on a Bot get better and more confident, they're going to restrict this flow even more than we've already seen. We need to see Rick Rollers challenge. Vigil doing so there, second touch, but he doesn't keep his momentum, and Thule will be next to it. Now around DJ Roomba, Erich, last one in the midfield, but Nitya to keep him away and a bump in the nets. Vigil could find a chance here, but Nitya will keep lockdown defense from the corner, and Pirates on a Bot will see this play away, at least for now. Rick Rollers continuing to go for offense as Vigil to the corner. Lev will free flip into the flip reset. He's got it, but to commit the Rick Rollers. Nitya will get to that touch, and the Rick Rollers sending so many people upfield, they can't get the follow-up shot. They're still searching for it, though, as they keep the offense, and Lev, with so little left, he had 12 boosts in the tank, but he gets the block, and no matter how hard Rick Rollers try, it feels like Pirates on a Bot always have an answer.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we've seen, at least earlier on in the series, it was Rick Rollers who seemed to always have an answer. I mean, they always found a way to break through on offense and continue their pressure and keep these games close. It was only in game 3 where they didn't find any goals of their own as Lev using that flip reset to get the double. Erich for the big beat, could be open, and it will. Erich finding the equalizer for Rick Rollers. Bit of an overcommit from Nitya.
And as I said, maybe a bit of underestimation here. We've seen the Rick Rollers underestimated so often. I think Nitya may have been caught doing that right there on that challenge. Didn't think Rick Rollers had the presence of mind to know that they could challenge that ball, but oh, they didn't. They made him pay for that mistake. And Pirates on a Boat, I made the mistake already again. Pirates on a Bot now looking to try to get that goal back, but Rick Rollers, another chance for Erich. Nitya, the last one back, and it is Pirates on a Bot to, oh, wait a second, I go for a double flip reset here from Thule. And even with that goal, they still don't look like they're all that concerned. And that is, I think Virgo is just going to have to get used to the fact that Pirates on a bot just aren't going to be nervous at all.
And I think you're right, but it's something that is going to be tough to accept if you are Rick Rollers. I mean, this is a team that is sort of feasted on the fact that people are underestimating them, but for once, the underestimation has sort of outdone them, and it really does feel like that this sort of the way that they've been playing has been underestimating the other team. What a double tap from Thule, but didn't find the net just yet. This one dangerously still on the goal line, but doesn't break through. Erich will be quick to this one, and he'll be back on the blue side, but not for long. Thule linking up with Lev in the midfield. A dangerous shot saved away by Roomba. And Naya will be there in the midfield, dropping this one for Lev, but he decides to leave. Dangerous shot yet again. Erich putting it on, but Thule gonna be there on defense. And it's been so tough to break through for Rick Rollers.
Yeah, but they are getting chances now. They're starting to pierce the armor of Pirates on a bot, but as time goes on, they need that goal sooner than ever! Oh, what a mistake!
What?
And it's Lev who'll have it all by himself! Rick Rollers, Erich Guts, picking the flowers in the corner, I think, and Pirates on a bot are, I think, as confused as I am on how easy that goal was for them.
And Lev had freaked me out personally. I thought he was going to go ahead and save his own shot there. He credits himself to taking 1 extra second off the clock there. But I really don't think that 1 second would have made a difference as opposed to the sort of heart attack that it gave me and perhaps his teammates. And that will be the lead there for Pirates on a bot regardless of the way that it went in. And demo will come out. Roomba finds the shot, giving Rick Rollers the tie game here with 43 seconds remaining. Vigil using that physicality to his advantage. What a play to open up the net. There's the physicality, Sporty.
Yeah, that's what I asked for, and that's what we were seeing here from them. The Rick Rollers have brought the fight to Pirates on a bot, but they gotta do it again. Lev off the kickoff, and already another chance where everybody from Rick Rollers is calling the action. And that boost is running low here as Pirates on a bot again. Nitya, the ground pinch. Evich won't actually get that first touch, but he won't need to as he still has the ball. Lev with a dunk off the back wall. Vigil to clear, but it's straight to Nitya. Infield pass, double commit from Rick Rollers, and it will be Vigil to clear again. Rick Rollers wasting time here, looking to go to our third overtime of the series. Vigil's dunk nearly found the net. Pirates on a bot panicking. Here comes Ruba, and it will go off the post. Time ticking down, maybe one more chance here. Vigil, flip reset, keeps it up. Lev in the midfield for Thule. Pirates on a bot down the field as Nitya will not get to it first. And it's overtime again here in Game 4. Match point on the line for Pirates on a bot for the Rick Rollers. What they have shown so far could mean they have a great chance of taking over. Not this overtime, but this series. But Thule's redirect will end it! Right there, 13 seconds in. Pirates on a bot give Rick Rollers no such opportunity.
And I was going to say the Rick Rollers have not found a way to win in the overtime, and Thule just continuing to prove that statement. I mean, Pirates on a bot have been so detrimental in overtime, and it seems like they've sort of just let these games play out into the overtime and somehow find a way to get to just take it every single time. Rick Rollers so far behind in terms of needing to push through that defense, and now a 1-3 series score so difficult for them to break through, and we're seeing that right in front of our eyes. I mean, Rick Rollers, despite all of these games being so close, seem like they have such little possession.
Yeah, as you said, it's been one of those kind of series for Rick Rollers. They've gotten chances, but they haven't done enough. They feel like they're one step off from really being able to put the pedals to the metal and take these games. But I think that's how a lot of teams have felt against Pirates in a bot. You never have the opportunity to breathe. You never have the opportunity to be that better team, and we see it here again with the Rick Rollers. They just can't be good enough to do it. And, for now at least, we're going to see. Going to Game 5 again, they aren't using that tactical timeout here, the Rick Rollers. So they're pretty confident in how they're playing. As I do see Chad a little raid coming in from Cobra Warrior. Hopefully he was doing well. Now we have the other semifinals. How did that series end for you, Cobra Warrior? Hopefully it ended well. In fact, I can check, actually, while we're at it here. Got a confirmation. Next New Esports swept Midwest and off your back. So they're in the finals. The winner of this is playing against them.
Yep. So that will be the finals matchup for next week. Obviously now, Pirates on a Bot on match point, looking to go straight to the finals, having to just get through Rick Rollers at the moment. Just one more game, and Rick Rollers, they've got a long series ahead of them if they want an opportunity at the finals, but certainly don't think that this one ends in 5, if you ask me.
Well, I'd love to see that confidence, and I'd love to see Rick Rollers, finally take one of these games for their own work, their own volition, but Pirates on a Bot have made that life difficult, and they continue to do so. But as the demos continue to ring out here, Rick Rollers, again, are opening up a lot of room with these demos, and Pirates on a Bot have to consider that, because now the Rick Rollers have a way to beat them, and it's only getting worse as now off the back wall. Knights will find it, and nobody back. It's Thule, who just goes wide, and Rick Rollers saw their life flash before their eyes. That should have been goal 1.
Yeah, and it's just these overcommits from Rick Rollers that have sort of left things open. Since game number 2, it really hasn't been the team play and mechanical ability that we've seen from Pirates on a Bot, which, perhaps not a good thing if you are Rick Rollers. This shot, dangerous. Rigel still able to save it away, though, and he will take possession, which is so important, especially at this level. Be able to hold possession and let everything go. Yeah. Will make the dunk on defense, giving Pirates on a Bot the 1-0 lead early on. Vigil unable to get that one away, and Nitya again getting it started, being that difference maker for Pirates on a Bot. So first goal strikes, and so far we've seen Rick Rollers do such a good job of finding their response. But now is really the time to do it.
For Rick Rollers, though, that goal is going to take a lot of that momentum and a lot of that wind out of their sails. Rick Rollers have to find a response. They're good at it. But it's the game that they've had to play all series long, is being able to respond to Pirates on a Bot. Never take the lead against them. And once again, they're put in that hot seat. Is Revich, this one saved away. Pirates on a Bot's, as these games continue to go on, you continue to, feel like more and more they're going to be the team that wins it. Rick Rollers, again, are, I think, being underestimated here by a lot of people watching, and at this point, makes sense. They're 3-1 down in the series, and they're getting removed off the field by Lev, and Lev only, and they just need to find something, a goal, to reset this game, because this is a game where I have to see Rick Rollers take the lead, and be that team to lead. They just haven't been that, and, as Pirates on the Bot just, have more and more time with this 1-goal advantage, it's going to be more and more time where the Rick Rollers have to be able to kind of make up later on in the series.
Yeah, and I think it's really going to be tough for them. I mean, as you said, as time continues to tick down, Pirates on a Bot just look like the better team, and could be a little bit of a psycho here. Lev trying to throw this one off the backboard, and it will leave the net open for Roomba, who will find the bottom right corner. And just as I was saying, the Rick Rollers have been unable to find a way to break through. The defense for Pirates on a Bot disappears, and the net opens, and TJ Roomba equalizes this one. And as you said, I would love to see the fights from Rick Rollers. I would love to sort of see exactly where this momentum in the series could possibly shift. I mean, if Rick Rollers can find a way to win this game, and ultimately maybe even win it in a big fashion, could take a lot of momentum, but Lev doesn't want any of it. He takes this one off the sidewall, gets the flip reset, then dunks Roomba to the top left corner.
I think we just need to let that play breathe for itself. I think we just saw Nitya just get one-upped on his own goal here, which I did not think was even possible this match. And yet we see it here, Pirates on a Bot, a very similar goal to what we saw before in this game. And once again, the Rick Rollers being put on the back foot over and over again. They've had to find goals just to stay alive in these matchups. And again, they have to be able to respond to it. They have the time to do so here. Gotta start soon. Vigil down that midfield. Now he's got a dunk around the corner. It's Vigil to the net. Knight to block him, but Evich is up. Down for DJ Roomba, but his shot will be weak. And Pirates on a Bot will keep control, but not for long. Vigil, up is Erich. Lev won't go for the fake, but it will go to DJ Roomba. And the Rick Rollers stay alive. It may not be how they want to play, but it's how this series is working. And it's still the Rick Rollers who are giving themselves opportunities to be the team ahead.
They're sending every opportunity that they can get. They know what's on the line at this point. Finals, perhaps in their future, if they can find a way to somehow, almost miraculously, win this series. But I wouldn't really put it past them to at least take this one. They certainly look a bit more confident going into it. This one will fall dangerously in the midfield. Vigil with a touch from Roomba will be saved away, but the 50 from Erich still there. This one on target, dangerous, saved away by Lev, somehow keeping that one away. And just a bit of a stronger touch there could have opened up the net, left that one with the lead for the Rick Rollers. But man, that's certainly an opportunity I'm sure they're going to wish they had back at the end of this one.
But look at another one there as that one's cleared away by Lev, and Thule now. Lev with a free jump, but he won't connect. Nitya now off to the corner, and the Rick Rollers have fallen apart on the rotation. Lev with the beat, but no one in front, and the Rick Rollers will clear it away. Time running out here, 15 seconds left. Pirates on a Bot want this last chance in front. Erich missed, Vigil's missed, 10 seconds left. Nitya, the long pinch, back is Thule to end this one, but DJ Roomba will stand guard, and the Rick Rollers will clear. 0 seconds, a dunk from Erich, and it will hit the ground. Another overtime, but this time Pirates on a Bot, if they score, not only will it be their 4th overtime win of the series, it will be the grand finals appearance guaranteed in this series for them.
And I think exactly what we saw a little bit of there is if these Rick Roller boys can find a way to resort to the physicality that has gotten them this far, I think they may be in an okay position to go ahead and take this game, but it's been real tough so far. A double commit will come out. Thule to the corner, double tap opportunity there in the midfield. Lev playing in round one, this one again in the corner. Roomba trying to make it clear, and he will. He's been stepping up big time here for the Rick Rollers. Roomba, I believe, the culprit of both of their goals so far in this game, number 5. But Thule will have plenty of time here off the wall. Opts for the flip reset to take it low. Vigil patiently waiting on the back line. And Lev again will take this one to the corner. An opportunity will arise. Thule up for this one to the sidewall. Gets the reset. Not much from it though. And Rick Rollers will be able to take back a little bit of that possession, but not for long. Again, Lev showing off his mechanical ability. This one falling dangerously in the midfield. Erich with a good clear will open up a bit of space. And we are going to be back down the other way once again.
Well, Pirates on a Bot, though, not so certain about that. Lev, one chance, the flip reset, and that saved away by Vigil. Pirates on a Bot have held offense for the entirety of this overtime so far. This is them really wanting to take this one. They don't want to see any more of this series as we continue onward, but the Rick Rollers down the corner again, just trying to get that ball out is Erich. Lev challenged away. Erich to the back wall. Thule will keep him out, but a dunk from Vigil will go closely to that goal line, but no one from Rick Rollers was ready for it. And this overtime pressure only heightening up more as Erich, close net shot. Nitya will be there, but not with a lot of boost left in the tank. Now it's his chance to go the other way off the ceiling. Vigil leaving it as DJ Roomba called to action. Erich looking for the bump, can't reach it, but Thule got fakes there, and the Rick Rollers keep the play going. Vigil, Nitya, this one booms away. DJ Roomba, up is Thule to intercept. Pirates on a Bot. This is their chance, their shining moment to take the series, but the Rick Rollers are continuing to just say no.
The defense has been holding strong so far, but it can only last for so long. Rick Rollers needing to find a way to break through soon, or else Pirates on a Bot will continue to find their offensive pressure. This one, miss from Erich will open up the net. Lev putting it off the crossbar, and somehow Pirates on a Bot don't come away with one there. And again, the door is open Vigil looking for Roomba in the midfield. This one again to fall low. Lev, dangerous, doesn't find the touch. Roomba into the corner. Thule needing to find a clear, and he will. Lots of possession in the air. Vigil there to meet him though. Nitro will drop this one down. Vigil opts to leave it for Roomba, who will put this one off the sidewall. An opportunity for Vigil to take a shot. Saved away by Lev. This one to the backboard. High, lots of real estate in the air. But Lev again making the save. So calm and composed. And a good shot from Vigil will be saved away by Nitro again. Erich there to follow. Nitro getting another touch on it. Still, Rick Rollers have not broken through.
And I can't believe neither team has scored yet. The longest overtime of this series so far. They usually end quite quickly, but this one, much more prolonged as DJ Roomba. That chance kept away by Lev with everything he had. And Pirates on a bot, expeditiously, viciously down the midfield. Nitya, back wall, second touch, looking to end it. It's in front, but Erich will save. And this one continues. The Rickrollers now, past 4 minutes of staying alive in this series, but still no goal. DJ Roomba challenge there, won by Pirates on a bot. Lev, this one, there is Thule. Vigil was waiting in front, but no shot will come. And the Rickrollers will go again. Vigil, DJ Roomba double commits. Erich can't challenge in time. And the Rickrollers again get the chance, the open door, but nobody can score. And they've got to look for more. DJ Roomba cleared away by Thule. Vigil, the pinch off the ceiling. Lev to the sidewall. Here he goes, but bumped away. Pirates on a bot are still continuing to play and engage in the overtime. But when will it end? There's just nothing breaking through, and no team is giving up ground. The Rickrollers, the underdogs in this series, almost take it there. Another calamitous play, and yet still the defense of both sides will not let go with anything.
5 minutes of overtime, and another shot from Nitro will be denied. Roomba there to make the save. Both of these teams throwing everything they can in order to try and break through the other. It's so amazing what the desperation has done to both Rick Rollers and Pirates on a bot. Thule will take this one to the air. DJ Roomba there to meet him. And again, 5.5 minutes of overtime now. Oh, we'll be back down the other way. Erich into the corner looking for somebody in the midfield. Lev quick to be there though. This one into the corner. Naya with a big clear back down the other way. And again, Roomba to the sidewall to Elite, looking for teammate in the midfield. Could be a shot, saved away by Vigil still. My goodness, this may be the longest overtime I've ever seen.
Oh, it isn't the longest that's been on my stream, but it's definitely getting closer to that mark. Still, these teams have any chance to take it. And a reminder, if Pirates on a bot do score, they are going to the grand finals. This game matters everything to them, but it matters just the same for Rick Rollers, who's been here since Season 3, who wants every reason to go to the grand finals, but they have not secured it. As Thule now, double tap, setting up Nitya, but nothing will break through. Lev again, off the corner, double commit, the net's wide open. But Thule wasn't there. And Pirates on a bot, continuing just to test the back wall out of the Rick Rollers again and again, waiting for the mistakes at this point. No team willing to take that risk, and for good reason, with how long this OT has gone for now. Over 6.5 minutes says, oh my goodness, I can't believe this overtime has lasted this long. No team has been scoring, and at this point, no team may be scoring anytime soon. What is going to take to end it? A mistake? A credible play? It feels like anything will go, and nothing will go through, and anything will be stopped. Pirates on a bot still have offense though, as Lev, this one, cleared to the back wall. Nitya still can't break through as the overtime only getting more and more in length, only getting more and more intense. Pirates on a bot, dunked by DJ Roomba, and the net's wide open! It's Erich, and the Rick Rollers will finally score after 7 minutes and 17 seconds of gameplay in overtime. The second longest overtime in this stream's history, and it's won by the Rick Rollers.
And what a way to end game number 5. Rick Rollers staying alive in the series, almost all players
look
in
at
the
the saves.
entire lobby with 1,000 points, by the way.
Look at the saves, by the way. 17
Oh my
to
God.
16. I mean, this is a defense simulator match if I've ever seen one. I cannot believe what we saw there. Again, they're only 10 seconds away from becoming the longest overtime on this stream's history. My goodness, that was intense. And I'm surprised we've seen no tactical timeout calls either. Both of these teams are confident.
Yeah, I mean, if you are Rick Rollers after that game, you certainly should be confident. You've proven just now why you are here, why you're in the semifinal, and why you're playing against the best team in the RLSS. And it's the perfect example of what it takes to go ahead and, you know, keep your mental strong, keep your team in it, and then to go ahead and win in overtime, in the longest overtime that I've witnessed while casting. I mean, Rick Rollers, they've got the momentum going for them now. It really just it depends on whether or not Pirates in a Boat come out of the gate here in game number 6 with that same fire, or if Rick Rollers can, you know, continue that momentum on.
Yeah, what a game that was. 7 minutes, 17 seconds, maybe one of the longest overtimes in RLSS history as well. I mean, that's the thing, though. Rick Rollers, though, have proven against all odds to be able to stick up to literally any team in this league, and they do it again here. Pirates on a bot, though. The nice thing about last game is they're still confident. They didn't take any time out. They didn't want to. They literally told me in the middle of that game they didn't want to take it at all in between games. So they're still confident, and for the Rick Rollers, at this point they've gotten used to it, but it still is a factor that they have to be used to. It's the fact that Pirates on a bot are always going to be this confident team, and there's nothing you can do to shake that up.
No, absolutely not. And I think that's just sort of the way that, again, that they carry themselves on the field. This is something we mentioned so early on in the series as being an important factor that has kept Pirates on a bot in a winning position, really, in this entire series, despite, you know, finding themselves having given up 2 games in this entire series. But the way that Rick Rollers have been able to, it feels like they've sort of found a way to hold them down on defense and to look for their own openings on offense as well. I mean, we're seeing what looks like almost a different version of Rick Rollers here in game number 6. Now they look so much more confident, especially on defense, especially after that longer overtime. And, you know, it's just going to be a methodical breaking down of the Pirates on a bot defense that I think is going to work in the favor of Rick Rollers.
Yeah, but they still need to find that first goal. They haven't been able to do that, I think, at all this series so far. So the Rick Rollers looking to do something they haven't done yet. This would be a good chance to do it. DJ Roomba off the corner, and it's Vigil up high. Nightjaw will stand in the way as this Game 6 continues. Game 7 now a potential if the Rick Rollers can continue this comeback. But the Pirates on a bot side now on offense again, and I mean, if they score first, the Rick Rollers, I mean, they had such a long game to work with. They've got so much they gotta turn with, as Lev won't give it to them. Off the corner double tap. Pirates on a bot are not waiting.
And Lev, again, he's been the mechanical demon for Pirates on a bot. I almost said boat. I didn't do it this time. But, I mean, it's just crazy the way that they've sort of held on to the pressure, on to the way that they've been playing, and it's been working for them. It doesn't really feel like, you know, they've been down at all, really, in this entire series. It feels like they're always playing from ahead, even though that may not always be the case. And I mean, Rick Rollers, we know that they have found the responses in this series. We know that what they're capable of. It really just comes down to whether or not they do find a response here, and we know that they can play the long game if it does come down to it in overtime. They found a way to break through in that game 5, and I would not be surprised to see something similar here.
And we've had 5 overtimes so far this series. Why not? Sorry, we had 4 overtimes so far this series. Why not make it 5? And Rick Rollers, I mean, it might as well be their plan to do that, because at this point, they may not get more than a goal or 2 this game, and it's going to come a lot more down to that defensive structure, that overall rotation they have to just see this one out and see themselves in Game 7. But they've got to score first here in regulation as DJ Roomba Trying to find it through the midfield, but Nightja, Lev, flip reset, he's got it in use, but it will be pinched off the back wall as multiple players committed from either side, and Rick Rollers are back on offense again with Vigil, Thule. I get the fake there, but DJ Roomba was not fooled off the back wall, and Lev will save, and Pirates on a bot making no mistakes so far in how they're playing on that back wall, and Rick Rollers just continuing to test it over and over again, and to see if maybe something will break, and maybe that's it, but that shot's wide, and Lev will get to it anyways, and Pirates on a bot, all they do is play this way for the last 90 seconds of this game, and, finally, they'll take this series.
And it's not like this Pirates on a Bot defense is impenetrable. We know that Rick Rollers have found a way to break through multiple times. We know exactly what they need to do. Perhaps result to that physicality that was working so well for them earlier. But Nightja not gonna let any chances of that getting in the way. Thule setting him up in the midfield off the bump from Lev as well, and that was a methodical breakdown of the Rick Rollers defense from Pirates on a Bot. That's some high-level gameplay right there, and a very good way to capitalize on it as well. A 2-goal lead could be very dangerous if you are Rick Rollers going into the rest of this game and perhaps the rest of the series. Thule gets the flip reset low. Vigil able to make the save though, and still will keep the chances alive for Rick Rollers. Again, struggling to get out of their own half.
Time's running out for the Rick Rollers, and unlike last game, it is not as confident looking from them. They've got to score early, and they've got to score quickly here in these final 30 seconds. DJ Roomba are looking for that assist, but Thule will be waiting, and you'll get another touch with it. Nightja in the midfield, Lev looking to put this game to bed, and it will be just so. A redirect from Lev. Pirates on a Bot are here, and unlike in Game 5, this one has got nothing in the air. This series is theirs at this point. 19 seconds left. It feels like it's just a formality at this point. The Rick Rollers, though, it's been quite a performance. They've fought back from such a, such a underdog position to keep this series close, but underdogs are underdogs for a reason. Pirates on a Bot are going to the grand finals. They take on Next New Esports tomorrow, and what a match that will be. Pirates on a Bot, though, they'll be happy that this series is finally over, though, because this has been a long one, and man, they've had to work for this win.
Certainly. We saw it so many times. Rick Rollers fighting so hard, really giving everything they've got, and they deserve props for, at the very least, that. But, what an amazing series at the end of the day. To go ahead and give... we have to give Rick Rollers some credit. We really do. Because we know that, they fought very hard to stay in the series at the very least. And, it was such a close series, so many close games that went to overtime. And like I said, man, like we were saying in the beginning of the stream, that's a team that you cannot underestimate. They certainly put up a very good fight against, again, one of the best teams in the RLSS. And there's really no better result that I think Rick Rollers could have wanted, except for perhaps a little bit of extra time in the series, in the tournaments. Obviously, Sporty, you mentioned before, they've been here for quite a long time, and they just haven't found a way to even get to the finals just yet. So it's been such an amazing run for them, and I hope that they, keep their heads high, because they played an amazing series.
They did, and I think for the Vic Rollers, they've proven now that finally that they do deserve to be in this division, that they do deserve to be in the Cyclone Cup. With how they've been playing against, again, some of these teams at the top level, I think we can both agree now they deserve to be here. But obviously, as you said, they were not expected to make it that far. They're not expected to go through and win the whole thing, and as we've seen already, again, what a match that was. But again, the grand finals is confirmed. It's going to be Pirates on a Bot taking on Next to New Esports. And, well, again, what a grand finals that will be, Sethpom. I'm just going to see it. But, who else is excited to talk about that? It's Nightja. Welcome in, Nightja. Congratulations on your win. The Red Brothers gave you guys quite a scare, but you've been able to get past them and into the grand finals. It has been not an easy run for you guys, at least in this matchup, but How does it feel to get that win, to get through, and then now be in the grand finals?
Uh, I mean, I'm glad that we at least won, but it's just Love was kind of like messing around a little, you know. He's just doing the usual that he always does.
Sethpom? Seth?
Oh, my fault.
Seth's just
Well,
over
I mean,
there. He's over there. I think he's a bit. I think he's over there. I think he's still reacting to that 7 minute OT.
no, I literally am. I'm literally still feeling the anxiety from that 7 minute overtime. I mean, I can't even imagine what was going through your guys' head during that time. But narrate it for us. What exactly was going on? Obviously, you guys didn't end up taking the win on that one, but you still kept going for that long. I mean, how did you do it?
So you want me to explain it?
Yeah, you can explain it.
All right, pretty much. We kind of were trying to go for a lot of like pre-jump plays, and then they were just pre-jumping, so we couldn't really like score. And then there were a couple times someone had to open net, but you know, but we it was just they played good on defense, and then they scored, so they kind of earned it.
For sure.
Coming into this circuit, you guys were considered by far the best team. It was thought you guys would beat every team in your path and beat them easily. But as we've seen this season, it has been anything but that. It has not been an easy path. It has been paved with a ton of teams that just want to knock you guys off your pedestal. Hey, you guys are good. You guys have taken down the Rick Rollers, but even so, Thule, coming into this season, did you expect this competition to be as tough as it has been?
Yeah, it was really tough for me at first. I had to adjust to, the gameplay. But I'm getting kind of used to it now, so great for me. And thanks for my teammates, I'm talking about getting carried.
I think Sethpom, I think we both heard that at every level.
Yeah, yeah. My next question for y'all, I'm really quite curious because, multiple times during the broadcast, Sporty and I talking about the idea that Rick Rollers was a 16 seed coming into it, and they certainly, at the very least, proved themselves up until this match. I mean, what were your guys' thoughts on the Rick Rollers before and maybe even after the series? I mean, were you underestimating them? Were you thinking that this was going to be an easy win? I mean, what exactly was going through your head?
We kind of slightly thought that at first, but we kind of also kind of had an eye out on like Vigil or DJ Roomba because they sometimes just peek out of nowhere on us. Sometimes, like
Yeah, they
in our
definitely got
league
better.
match. Yeah, so they definitely improved from us when we played them.
They have. Again, this Rick Rollers team is a consistent. They've been here since season 3, and they've always been one of those teams that is consistently at the top division, but they can't take down Pirates on a bot here tonight. Congratulations on your win here. Nightshot and Tilly, before you guys leave, we gotta get some shoutouts for you guys. Now that you're going to the grand finals to play against next to New Esports, that's gonna be an insane match, but before you guys kind of go off and prepare for that, let's get some shoutouts, let's get some final messages. Tilly, we'll start with you.
I don't really got any shout outs, man. I'm just happy to be here, Thank y'all for hosting this, first of all. And I'm just happy, man.
Well, you should be. Again, it's a big win. It was over a very tough opponents, and hey, you guys are now in the grand final. So what isn't there to be happy about right now? As we'll now go to Nightja here. I mean, you've gotten to play, this whole season. You've gotten to see all these matchups. Is there anybody that has supported you throughout the entirety of this season that you'd like to shout out?
I don't really have anyone specific, but I'll just say pretty much everyone at End to End specifically. They're all like really chill people. I'll say shout out to them pretty much.
Again, congratulations. Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, I have one last thing. It's gonna be like what's the word? I'm just gonna throw some little shade. Jalen, I'm coming for you, bro.
There you go. Jalen, yeah, it's a pretty solid player, so I have a feeling that matchup in the grand finals will be quite interesting. But yeah, well, I'm sure that Tommy Buckets would love to see that. He's going to be streaming your grand finals tomorrow. But for now, have a great night, Nightja and Thule. Thank you so much for joining. Congratulations on your win and on making it to the top 2.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations, Joe.
Thank you, man. Good night.
Well, Sethpom,
Peace.
what a night it has been, Sethpom. A big win and a big moment. The grand finals is confirmed. It's Pirates on the Pod versus next to New Esports. What do you think of that match? Because I know for a fact you're probably gonna want to see that match, and I think a lot of people want to see that match because I think those are the 2 best teams in this league.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a little bit funny to go ahead and see the 1 and 2 seeds going all the way to the finals. Feels a little bit scripted on my end, but obviously I'm not the one writing the script. I'm just a caster. I'm just here to make sure that everybody is getting on. the way that they're supposed to. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is certainly interesting. As you said, two of the best teams in the entire RLSS. But I mean, Pirates on a boat, man, or Pirates on a bot. Dang it, now we're even 2-2. But Pirates on a bot, they will certainly be going far. I don't really see them dropping in the finals either, but it really will be an interesting match. I'm definitely excited to catch that one tomorrow. On I believe it will be Tommy's stream.
It's Tommy's stream, yeah.
It should be a very, very good matchup and literally the best of the best in all of RLSS. Not just the Cyclone Cup, all of RLSS, because I mean, for those of you who don't know, Cyclone Cup is the highest level in RLSS, and that is so special to be able to say that you are literally one of the best teams in this entire league. Props to Pirates on a bot. Dang it. And
Hey, I win.
and next minute. Yeah, I guess you do win 3-2. I lose. Darn.
Oh well. But again, yeah, as you said, tomorrow's gonna be a crazy day. We got all our championship matches tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern. Our first match, Omega Nebula, next to New Nomads. Anthony Malum will be streaming it. So go show support to him. That's twitch.tv/Anthony Malum, ANTHONYMAULM. After that, Vice Taquito is going to have the Search Cup Finals. Our next team not found looking to do what they couldn't do last season, that is win the Grand Finals. Now against next to New Kooks. Vice Taquito stream, twitch.tv/Vice Taquito, AFIESTYTAQUIT Zevo. We'll have the Cinnamon Cup Finals at 8. That's on my stream. I'll be streaming it. I know Survivor will be joining me for that, so if you guys know Survivor, he'll be joining me. Affinity Aurora, again, the ex-Pink Lemonade side, playing against 909. Affinity Aurora having upset it against the #1 overall team in Affinity Reborn, and 909 looking to win what is their second tournament, I believe, in a row now that I am casting the Grand Finals of. The last one being the Ascent Tournament Series Legends Cup. That $100 tournament there. This one, not $100. Is it $100? It is $150, I think it is, for the Tsunami Cup Grand Finals. So it's Affinity Aurora 909 for that matchup. And of course, the Cyclone Cup Finals, as we said, on Tommy Bucket's stream. He's got Anthony Malum joining him as a co-caster. And twitch.tv/T0MMYBUCKETS. Pirates on a bot taking on next to New Esports. So many crazy matchups. All of them are going to be great, and I can't wait to see it happen. I know, Sethpom, I know you're going to be excited for it. We're all excited for it. But for now, we got to end our stream. It's been a long night. It's been a long match. Thank you all in chat so much for watching here tonight. Come to the stream tomorrow, again, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the Tsunami Cup Grand Finals. But for now, take care, have fun, have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.